His camera really is often very pulled back and looking at, quite small figures in that landscape. But that led him toward a taste for portraiture as well. I think it's a more vivid contrast between wide and close than any other major director habitually used. I mean, it's an effect people would use in a movie, but he constantly uses big, tight, big, tight. I think it does give an operatic air to his movies. Those close-ups function a little bit like arias do in operas. I mean, suddenly you're very focused on a leading player.
He was a guy who was trying to become much more of a big production type director. I think he wanted to be David Lean. Sergio, one good thing he was great with faces. All those faces, those gypsies that he would use to play the Mexican guys, he didn't just say, get me 4 or 5 people to be in the background. Every one of them had to have a different look.
I mean, you knew that this man was in charge of this movie and in charge of every single detail that was going to happen. He knew every look that was going to be in this film before he even shot it. He knew every moment how it was going to play out before he shot it. This man was an actor, and he could act Once Upon a Time in America from start to finish, 3 hours and 45 minutes, play all the different parts and be convincing. That's how brilliant he was.
Leone had everything in his mind. I never saw him, like Orson Welles when I worked with him. He had diagrams of the costumes and, he had with the shots. He was a terrific artist. Leone had nothing. Didn't even have a script. He never referred to a script. He knew the whole picture. It was planted in his head just as well as he knew the music.
Kubrick phones Leone. Now remember, Kubrick couldn't speak Italian, but Kubrick loved telephoning people. He spoke for hours and hours on the phone from his home in just north of London. He phones Leone and says, "How did you get that effect of the music and the image in Cheering the Volta Il West?" And Leone says, "Well, it was all recorded in advance in a version, and it was played on the set. So we timed in Flagstaff, the arrival of Claudia Cardinali in Flagstaff, the Chapman crane goes up like this. Dee 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 dee. The crescendo of the music is identical to the fantastic, integrate like a rock video. Exactly, this is like Once Upon a Time in the West is the first rock video, where the music illustrates the image and the image illustrates the music. So Kubrick said, "How the hell did you do that?" He said, "Well, I wrote the music first." "Oh, that's interesting."
He even had explained and talked to Ennio Morricone about the music so much in advance that 2/3 of the music was recorded, not full orchestra, and playing on the set while we were shooting. It was like amazing. You go on the set and the music is playing already. It was magic.
There's a lot of build-up to violence. I mean, it takes Leone an endless amount of time to get a gunfight going. I mean, you can see it at the end of Good, Bad, and Ugly. These guys are circling each other in that graveyard for, I don't know, it feels like about 10 minutes before they find an exchange of shots. But once he got to the moment of violence, he was very quick with it. And people are dead.
Penso che la caratteristica dei miei film sia
My films are basically silent films. The dialogue just adds some wit.
Il dialogo ha solamente un valore e ha un senso aforistico.
Chong, chong, chong.